And good morning. I don't like those gray clouds out there. It's not what I want to see. We've had enough rain in Kentuckiana. We do not need more rain. Just have positive thoughts and it will all go away. Tuesday, October 13th. Good having you with us here this morning on Louisville Live this morning on WBKI TV. I'm your host, Craig Hoffman. Apex Physical Therapy, one thing we know about them, they can help solve those problems with your aches and pains in your neck and your back. They're going to be here again this week, getting you in shape. And also, they talk wellness and fitness, Apex Physical Therapy. Hey, we want to tell you, coming up in just a few minutes, Apex Physical Therapy will be here. We're going to be taking your phone calls in just a few minutes with them. If you got an ache and you got a pain and you're not feeling well, maybe you slipped your spine, your disc, you're out of whack here, Apex Physical Therapy. We're going to open up the phone lines to see if they can help you with your aches and pains.
All right.
Still ahead, we're going to be opening up the phone line, 502-267-2422. You got some aches, you got some pains, and I don't know. Apex Physical Therapy is going to answer your questions when Louisville Live this morning continues. Good having you with us here on Louisville Live this morning. We also got to tell you coming up, we're going to open the phone lines right now for Apex Physical Therapy, 502-267-2422, 502-267-2422, and then later, get a double dip here. We're going to open the phone lines again for Carl Truman. He's here with the legal line every week on Louisville Live this morning. But right now, do you have some neck pain or do your feet hurt? And maybe you have a sciatic nerve problem? Well, I'm telling you, you can get some help. Patrick Myers and the folks at Apex Physical Therapy. Good having you with us here on Louisville Live this morning.
It's great to be back. Thanks.
And you talk about pain. I talked to someone the other day and they go, oh, my hip. I said, what's wrong with it? They said they probably picked up something the wrong way. When you pick up something the wrong way with your spine right here, what are you doing whether it's right or left, what are you not doing correct? People need to use their knees more.
It's interesting. A lot of times people will say that they hurt in the hip from lifting something, and the injury is actually from their back. And if you can see these nerves here, they come down and they end up coming together down here at the hip. So a lot of times if you have hip pain, you really need your back looked at because the back could be the origin of the pain.
Well, it's amazing what they do at Apex Physical Therapy. They're not just take care of your back. If you need to lose a little bit of weight, they'll tell you the best way to lose weight and get your back and get your joints and get your hands in shape because they do a little bit of everything with posture. And that's why we're taking your phone calls, 502-267-2422. If you have aches and pains, give us a call. Barbara from Louisville is calling up with Patrick Myers, Apex Physical Therapy. Good morning, Barbara.
Good morning.
What is your question?
I have it's like a bone in my foot that's sore. I don't know if I did it walking or whatever. It just started getting sore. I didn't hurt it. Should I put ice or heat, or how do I treat this?
Barbara, where does it hurt in your foot? Is it near the heel? Is it in the ankle area or at the front of the toes?
It's in right across from the arch of my foot on the other side, and I can feel the bone in there. It's real hard place, and it's really sore. If I put any weight down on my foot, it hurts.
Okay, Barbara, thank you very much for your call this morning.
Yeah, I think in that case, when you have pain that's immediate and that has not been chronic, icing is the best way to go because you want to cool the nerve. You think of this, if a nerve is irritated and you add heat to it, it's only going to irritate it more. If you add cold to it, it's going to bring it down and calm it down. Now in her case, a lot of times the foot, if the arch is like this, the foot comes down as you walk over it. And a lot of times there's a bone right there in the middle. It's called the navicular. That bone will drop with age and with time, and some people just have naturally flat feet, and that exposes that bone. So, she really needs to be looked at, and she really needs to have her foot examined to see if she does have flat feet.
Can she come to Apex Physical Therapy? Is this one of the services you provide?
Absolutely.
Along with we say head-to-toe inspection? You do that?
Yeah, absolutely. She can come to us. The other thing that we do is that we build orthotics. A lot of people do that, but we build orthotics once we examine the foot. And a lot of times I don't recommend expensive custom-built orthotics right away. I look at the foot, I give them some exercises, I treat the foot, and then I will go ahead and recommend something off the shelf for maybe $25 or $30, save them some money, and make their foot feel better.
We're talking to Patrick Myers with Apex Physical Therapy. You see their number right there on your screen, 245-1136. At apexptky.com. Again, it's from head to toe. Patrick and the group out there can help you. But we want to also talk about not only can they take care of your aches and pains if you're out raking leaves, or maybe it's so easy just to step on a pebble and go over. They can take care of all kinds of things. And this time of year, you think of sports rehabilitation, you think of football. My daughter's playing soccer and fell down and had a little sore leg the other day. But you mentioned ice and heat.
Yeah.
I've always heard the rule of thumb is 72 hours ice, then heat. But let's straighten this all out right now.
Well, that is a rule of thumb. I'll tell you, personally, I tell patients ice until we don't see swelling, okay? If you don't see swelling, then the 72-hour rule is a good rule. Ice acutely, okay, and then heat over the long term. And the heat will help loosen the muscle. Remember, over time, you've got 3 days of tissue healing right now. So you've got heat now to come on to 72 hours out. Heat can get on that tissue and help blood flow increase, which will then bring good cells to that tissue and help it build more. It also pushes out all the bad tissue.
Another thing, if you're planning if you have an operation in store, whether it's outpatient, and maybe you're not sure after it's all over that you can get back walking again, whether it's a joint problem, whether it's a hip problem, you see as part of their wide range of services, Apex Physical Therapy can work with you both post and pre-operative situations, fitness and wellness. So many people, Patrick, fall, whether it's raking leaves or they're up on the roof, and sadly, they get up on the roof and try to clean the gutters and they fall, they get hurt. Leave that to the younger people, but if someone goes up there and they strain their back or they fall, they should always come see someone like you.
Well, I think that it's real important to catch something early, because if you've fallen, or, you know, for example, we've got golfers, they have fought their way through the golf season now. Now it's coming into winter, they've had back pain all season. I've got a lot tougher time dealing with those guys and girls, you know, right now, because they've had something going on for 3 or 4 months. You do something now, you wait a couple days, if it doesn't go away, go get it looked at.
And when you talk about weight, 5 pounds, 8 pounds, 4 pounds, 10 pounds, let's say 10 pounds and under, if you lose that, can it make a difference in your posture and what you're trying to accomplish?
A huge difference. I'm telling you, there's a study I was just talking to a patient about the other day from 1964, a landmark study on disc, the pressure that is in the disc area, the low back, which is right in here, and different positions. Standing like this is the least amount of pressure. Sitting and holding something is the most amount of pressure in your disc, and it's hundreds of pounds of pressure in these specific areas. So it's really a big deal to take care of yourself and keep that weight off as much as possible.
Well, we want to tell you about the locations for Apex Physical Therapy because they service all of Kentuckiana, though they may be generally located in East Louisville and Oldham County. They can service you, and you're talking to the owner right here. He's going to bring you in head to toe. He's going to do it right. It's worth the drive wherever you are. South English Station Road in Jefferson County, conveniently located again, Blankenbaker Parkway, and in LaGrange, East Crystal Drive, and who knows where they'll be next time. They can actually sit down, and if you're sore, a lot of doctors will write a prescription. Apex Physical Therapy, you don't need a doctor's prescription. You work with orthopedic doctors and others, but you can solve the problem.
Right. We see a lot of patients from their primary care or directly off the street. And our locations are located no more than a half mile from the freeway. So off of 71, off of the Snyder at Shelbyville Road, or off of Blankenbaker at 64 out here. So.
Apex Physical Therapy, give them a call. We appreciate you being with us again this morning. Thanks so much, and take care of that spine.
I will.